Greetings and great day, beautiful people. Dr. Dominique Reese here, CEO of Reese Financial Services, where I am the Chief Financial Coach, Consultant, and Planner. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between a financial coach and a financial advisor. So let's dive right in. I'll start by saying, as a financial coach, I tend to work with clients who are focused on building a solid financial foundation upon which they can then build assets and grow those assets. Now, by financial foundation, I mean, and that here at Reese Financial Services, our curriculum, Master My Money, covers the 8 core areas of your financial foundation. That's going to be your mindset, your goals, your budget, savings, debt, credit, income, and protection. So we make sure our clients have no gaps within that foundation. And when we identify the gaps, we assess, we build strategy, set goals, and then we implement. And that's how we help our clients in building a solid financial foundation. Now, as an advisor, I used to work with clients who would have a need for asset management. These clients are already coming with some form of assets that they want to preserve and grow over a certain amount of time for specific objectives. So I like to think that that's one of the major differences is the type of clients that we're working with. Financial coaches are here to really help those clients who may not have assets, who are building their assets, whereas an advisor is working with the client who typically already has assets. Now, that leads us to how we get paid. We get paid differently. As a financial coach, especially an independent coach, I can charge basically whatever I want based on the services that I offer. You could charge an hourly rate. You could charge by the program. You could charge by the service. I used to have programs that would be maybe 90, 120 days long, $5,000. I now have a retainer model where my clients pay me a monthly fee for a minimum of 12 months to help them build that solid financial foundation. Some coaches charge by the hour. And then there are some coaches who are employed by a nonprofit or by the military or armed forces in some capacity where they're on salary and their clients may not have to pay them anything if that client works with the nonprofit. I also served in that capacity as well when I was a veteran financial coach. So veterans throughout LA County could work with me for free because I was getting paid through a government contract with a private company. So that's all the ways that a financial coach could get paid, in addition to creating digital products or having books. Like I'm a published author. So this is another way that I get paid and make money. Um, I also have an online course and I also have ebooks. So those are additional streams built in to my business. Now, as an advisor, advisors are paid based on AUM, assets under management, which is again another reason why, as an advisor, we have to work with clients with assets because that's how we get paid. Typically, industry standard is 1%. So if a client that I bring in has $100,000 in investable assets, meaning money that is ready to go, money that is ready to be deployed into the market, I would make about $1,000 for the year on that account. So that is how advisors are paid, a percentage of the money that they're managing for you. Now, this leads me to another difference between coaches and advisors, being licensed and credentialed. As a financial coach, I technically do not have to have any licenses, any credentials. Now, to each his own. And I used to be of the school of thought that I didn't need them because I knew how good I was and I wasn't operating nefariously, right? I'm not out here trying to get people. I'm not scamming. I'm not frauding. I have integrity and a great, excellent, actually, work ethic with how I keep my clients' best interest at the forefront of what I do. And that's really because I used to be an advisor. Advisors are fiduciaries. They are licensed representatives of the firms that they work for. even if they're independent. And so there are certain transactions that an advisor would need to do in order to support the client that would require them to be licensed, typically to have a Series 6, 7, 65, 66, and then to have their life accident health insurance license. And these licenses allow the advisor to purchase these products, makes these trades, conduct transactions on behalf of the client, where you may not have to call the client every time to get permission, because the agreement you have with your client is that you're going to act on their behalf in their best interest, and you're licensed to conduct these transactions for them. So an advisor has a different level of regulation because there are different activities. As a coach, I'm not placing trades for my clients. I'm not managing money for my clients. So I don't even have the need to have those licenses. I am providing education. I am building strategy. And in the event that I want to provide investment advice and get paid for it, I can get licensed with my Series 65 or have a CFP, which I'm in school for now. So I have two ways that I can still operate in terms of offering investment advice, but not managing money and not placing trades for my clients. So in this way, those are like very big differences between the two. And further, for a financial coach, there are credentials and designations that we have. I have my AFC, the Accredited Financial Counselor designation, my FFC, the Financial Fitness Coach designation, and there are a plethora of other designations and credentials that a financial coach may have to demonstrate their expertise and their coaching knowledge. A financial advisor, aside from their licenses, may also have designations that also demonstrate their specialty. And so, in that way, they may have a deep knowledge in a particular area within advising. So, that then brings me to, well, what do we help our clients with? Again, I help my clients get educated, build strategy, in the fundamentals of money management. So helping them with budgeting, reducing their debt, improving their credit, growing their savings, shifting their mindset, which is a big one. And we're doing that throughout the entire life of the relationship. Helping them increase their income, and then their protection needs, making sure that their assets are being protected as we're building them. Whereas a financial advisor will very well focus on what we like to call like 5 key elements of planning, financial planning in general. So that's going to be investment management, that's going to be estate planning, tax planning, college planning, wait, I just said tax planning, estate planning, investments, college planning, retirement planning, and insurance planning. Um, I think I covered them all. Estate, tax, investments, college, retirement, insurance. Okay, maybe 6. So, and that makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense because again, their clients have assets that need to be managed amongst these areas, but don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean a coaching client doesn't have those exact same needs. In fact, a coaching client does have those exact same needs. The difference is there are levels to planning. There are levels to financial planning. So when I meet my clients where they are, they don't necessarily have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. So what kind of needs do they have? Well, they have the exact same needs, just at their level. When I was an advisor, however, I was working with clients who had hundreds of thousands and millions. And now we're planning on that level. So I would have to meet them where they are. And it is just a different level of sophistication. That's it. That is it. That is the only difference in terms of the hat I would wear. And so now in my private practice, I tend to wear both hats. I'm not working with millionaire clients anymore. I am working with clients who make significant hundred thousands a year. Nevertheless, they still have gaps within their foundation. So we're working on basics. We're making sure those gaps are filled so that they can continue to build assets. And I'll tell you, in this money game, it really is about management. So that's why my firm fills the other gap in the industry, which is around meeting people where they are, even when they don't have assets. How are they going to get assets if no one's working with them? Reese Financial Services. We work with people with no assets to help them build assets. And if you got a little bit of assets, we're going to help you maximize and optimize those assets so that we make sure your foundation is solid, you build assets on that foundation, and then we're going to grow those assets, which again, just basically comes down to how we work with our clients. Coaches, we're going to help around goals-based ideas and concepts, understanding what our clients are trying to achieve. Same way an advisor does. Advisors do the exact same thing. It's just different levels. So a strategy of a millionaire may not necessarily be the most appropriate strategy for a client with no millions unless we apply that same strategy to the person with no assets according to their situation. Most times the solutions are the same. It's how you apply them to the client's situation where they become custom and personalized. So, where we work. As an advisor, I worked with the firm, and there are independent advisors running their own firms, just like I am. I'm independent. Nevertheless, many advisors are attached to a firm where they may walk in a physical building and you can go and see them. But since the pandemic, that really taught us that we all could pretty much run a virtual-based business. As a financial coach, I run a virtual financial coaching and planning firm. However, I think it's my goal to one day have a brick and mortar. I'm not exactly sure. I don't need it. And it helps me keep my costs low, which then means I can charge my clients an affordable rate because I don't have that same overhead. Nevertheless, if a financial coach is employed by a nonprofit or an armed forces institution or the military, you very well may be able to walk in and see that financial coach. Okay. When we work. So typically I work with my clients at least once a month. And again, that's based on my business model. We meet at least once a month. Whereas as an advisor, I was meeting with my clients quarterly, maybe even semi-annually, depending upon their financial situation. But typically, the industry uh, it still works that way, where advisors are meeting with their clients quarterly to give quarterly updates on portfolios. Clients are sharing updates that are happening in their life, and then that's where the planning continues. But it is an ongoing relationship. My clients, we're not transactional. We are relationship based. Advisors, relationship based, ongoing support. So throughout the year, for several years, because your needs change. There's really no destination with financial planning. There's always something that can be done better, which is the optimization. There's maximization. There's risk management. So as things change in your financial life, you've got that professional expertise to tap in to your new situation. So we both serve clients in an ongoing capacity. Um, what else? We've covered who we work with. We've covered how we work with them. We've covered when we work with them. We cover why we work with them. We cover where we work with them and what we do. So I think that's just about the five W's and an H on the differences between working with a financial coach and a financial advisor. Of course, if I left anything out, I'm sure you go tell me. Nevertheless, I think this is a great level set to help you understand the differences between the two. And again, the licenses that goes far. Being able to conduct certain transactions that goes far, especially when you have assets. When you don't have any assets, you're not there yet. So this is helpful to the client who's trying to decide who I should be working with, right? And who might be a good fit for me. I'll also say, just because you have an advisor doesn't mean you don't need a coach. Your advisor very well may not help you with some of the basics because they don't necessarily get paid to do that. I didn't get paid to help my clients with the budget. Now, it would behoove me. because then I could see their assets, right? And I could optimize and maximize and help bring more of their assets in. But I didn't get paid for that. I got paid based off the assets that I did gather and manage for those clients. So you may very well find yourself like one of my clients making 20,000 a month, but he doesn't know where his money is going. And he's had a few investments that didn't pan out because they really weren't the best investments for him. So there's an education, there's some gaps in the foundation. Doesn't matter that he's making 20 grand a month. He still has some mindset shifts to create. There is a need to have that one-on-one kind of hand holding as we rebuild his foundation, fill in the gaps, and then help him to start building assets again. So again, I hope this is helpful. Let me know what questions you might have, especially any clarifying questions. And this is it. um, Let me know what you got, what's coming up for you as you've heard the differences between a financial coach and a financial advisor. And I look forward to being in touch with you. That's all I got for you today, Dr. Dominique. Peace.